Well, all right. Hello, everyone, and happy Thursday. It's digital host A.J. Wuest welcoming you back to Before the Four, the live stream where I go through some of 48's top news stories and then some before our 4 o'clock newscast. Wherever you're watching Before the Four this afternoon, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or the 48 Now live stream, as always, thank you so much for watching and spending just a bit of your afternoon here. Now let's dive into some of the day's top stories. And first, let's begin in Huntsville, where Huntsville police, along with the Department of the Army Criminal Investigation Division, they're now offering a $25,000 reward for any leads into the 2013 homicide of Army Lieutenant Colonel Alonzo McGee. Now, authorities say on January 4th of 2013, officers found McGee suffering from multiple gunshot wounds in front of his driveway on Pale Dawn Place. He later died from those injuries. Police Chief Kirk Giles says even the smallest bit of information will help, so he urges people to come forward. But now some exciting news. Rock the South. Let's talk about Rock the South. Coleman's annual music festival, usually held in mid-June, is now coming to Decatur. Officials announced today of the festival that it will be coming to the Fields at Decatur. Now, this will be a 3-day festival. It will take place from June 11th until June 13th of 2026. Again, the festival has been dubbed the biggest party in the South. It's been at Coleman since it first started in 2012. But again, this will be at the Fields in Decatur. Going to be an exciting time now in a new location. But now let's talk about the weather. Still super nice out there. I woke up this morning and I was like, I just want to have class outside today. I love it. I wish I could be outside right now, honestly. Might have to do a Before the Four live stream outside one of these days here in the month of October. But let's turn over to 48 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis for what we can expect for the rest of the week. Brad?
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Over the next 10 days, we are looking at warm weather and then slightly cooler, but more humidity on the way. Nothing out there on radar today. It is dry as a bone, and it's only going to get drier. Take a look, slightly cooler air just across the state line in Georgia. That's also associated with drier air, and that's going to be shifting in overnight tonight. So real comfortable weather this evening. Take a look at the heat that's building out west. They're looking at record high temperatures across much of the Ohio Valley into the Great Plains, and they'll see that into the weekend too. Around here, fairly quiet. Looks like one stalled vehicle on the right side of the road there on the parkway. Keep in mind this is around 3:15 in the afternoon this Thursday. Here's your Friday, Saturday, Sunday forecast. More 80s. Each day gets a little bit warmer. The humidity starts climbing Sunday. We're going to talk about rain chances coming up for early next week as the humidity really starts building across the area. Also, an area of low pressure may form kind of an upper level low down here to the south and track off to the northwest. So if that happens, that will increase our chance of rain and drop those temperatures.
Well, all right, and you all know the drill. First Alert Weather Extra, that's tonight at 9:30, wherever you're watching Before the Four right now. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis will have the latest that he is seeing on the radar. You're just not going to want to miss it. First Alert Weather Extra. But now we're going to take a quick break, but coming up, looking at a few stories in case you missed them. One regarding the shutdown, another on a teen remembered in Marshall County for his contagious smile, and a bill to ban stock trading in Congress. It's all ahead. We'll go through it all in 1 minute. All right, well, hello everyone and welcome back to Before the Four. Well, today now marks day 2 of the government shutdown. And yesterday, 48's Faith Delp spoke with a retired federal worker in Huntsville who says this is unlike anything he's ever seen before. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Abner Merriweather has worked and lived through at least 6 government shutdowns, and he says this is the first time that he has seen federal employees threatened with losing their jobs permanently.
Never experienced this before, no. It would have been normal furlough if the employee was not subject to the mass firing.
Merriweather has been the president of the American Federation of Government Employees for almost 15 years. Normally, he says the arsenal will give about 14 days notice before furlough so workers can plan accordingly. Merriweather said that didn't happen this time around, and if employees weren't watching the news, they might never know this was coming.
With such a short notice, if you haven't already prepared for it, it's too late.
Merriweather is advising everyone he can to save and cut expenses in their personal budgets right now. He doesn't know how long this shutdown will last, but he knows the longer it goes on, the more private businesses and people will be impacted.
If that happens, it's going to be a domino effect here in the Huntsville area.
And for employees with furlough, he says this time off is far from a vacation.
You're not going to be able to enjoy it because of the stress. Unforeseen stress, depression, because they're trying to make ends meet. There's a union prayer and my prayer that they end this shutdown quickly as possible.
Merriweather says to reach out to local churches if you need help with essentials, and calling congressmen and senators could help speed up this reopening. Reporting in Huntsville, Faith Delp, 48 News on your side.
And now let's talk about congressional stock trading. 17 Republicans and 58 Democrats in the House have sponsored a bill to ban lawmakers in Congress and their families from trading stocks. And Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville ranks among the top Republicans in stock trading. Nick Ballinger reports.
It's not often congressional lawmakers across party lines can all agree on something.
If you want to day trade, leave Congress. It's that simple.
17 Republicans and 58 Democrats have sponsored a bill to ban lawmakers in Congress and their families from trading stocks.
I literally got to get attorneys involved to sell a dadgum skateboard. But if I want to do insider stock trading, just get elected to Congress.
Financial advisor Jay McGowan from the Welch Group in Birmingham says it's pretty common knowledge that federal lawmakers are making millions in the stock market.
Whether they're doing anything wrong or not, these congressmen and women seem to be the world's greatest investors.
There are even apps and websites tracking the market moves lawmakers make based on public records. There's even an X page dedicated to former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's portfolio that's traded over $164 million. You don't have to look far from home to find success in the market. Senator Tommy Tuberville has reported more trades than 98% of Congress. His 1,144 trades ranks 5th among all Republicans. The bill's sponsor says it's about preventing insider trading, which is illegal.
They're always likely going to have information quicker than you and I and everybody else watching this. You're getting an advantage over everybody else that's in the marketplace.
The bill, so bipartisan, Republican and Democratic lawmakers are sharing fist bumps and laughing while touting this bill.
Thanks, Cortez.
Good. Thank you, Tim. It is proof that that things can work here.
When members of Congress decide how to vote on a bill, they should be voting based on what they think is best for the American people, not what is best for their investment accounts.
Well, now heading down to Marshall County, where the community is remembering a local high schooler and Miracle League baseball player. Will Eldridge reports on the legacy Jackson Guffey left behind.
Right. They say Jackson left behind a legacy of joy. Jackson Guffey brought smiles to so many with his own smile that said it all. These are pictures and videos of Jackson and that big smile that Miracle League announcer Mark Coy says is so contagious. Jackson Guffey was a student at Kate Duncan Smith DAR School and active Miracle League player here in Marshall County. His family announced that he passed away on Monday in his home. Coy tells me that Jackson's spirit spoke volumes, even without words.
Is every time they come to this field, they have that big smile. Even though I couldn't verbally talk with Jackson, you could tell what his heart was saying.
Jackson's funeral was this afternoon at Grant Church of Christ, where the community came together to celebrate his life that touched so many. Reporting in Albertville, Will Eldridge, 48, on your side.
And now let's head into the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. The new Back the Blue law now in effect here in Alabama. Will Eldridge will have more details on that coming up. Flu season is now upon us. 48's Faith Delp will have everything you need to know. And finally, details on the Liz Hurley ribbon run for later this month. And these are just a few of the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. And you all know what time it is. It is time for Facebook fun. Our 48 Facebook question of the day. We are in October, so that means spooky season is upon us. It is the Halloween season. So what I want to know is, what is your favorite Halloween candy? Let's see, are you guys trick-or-treating this year? Are you going to rack up some good candy? Let's see what you all had to say. What's your favorite Halloween candy? Twix from Jeffrey. Is it left Twix or right Twix? I want to know, but I personally like both. Michelle said candy corn or Airheads. Absolutely. The candy corn shaped like the pumpkins, those are undefeated. I love those. Absolutely. Thank you for commenting. Vicky, M&M. Yeah, we cannot go wrong with M&Ms. Love M&Ms. Reese's Cups. You can't go wrong with Reese's Cups either. Or those Reese's Pumpkins. That's from Nancy. Nancy, I thank you so much for commenting. And speaking of which, we got some Reese's Pumpkins in the house. That is from Susan. Awesome. Y'all have awesome taste. I haven't really met a piece of candy that I don't like. I think I pretty much like it all, but you guys have such awesome taste. Thank you everyone for commenting on today's 48 Facebook question of the day. I hope you all have a great night tonight. That is just about it for today's Before the Four, but have a great night. Enjoy tonight's evening newscast, and as always, thank you so much for watching. You all have a great night.